So there are a lot of questions about visits coming up, and so I thought I would give you all some information to help you out and hopefully help you make a better educated decision that doesn't feel like really rushed or anxious writing, right? Like that's my goal. So to kind of get first off out the gate, when we talk about when you can start making visits. So Division 1, most schools allow official visits to start August 1st before the junior year. Same thing with Division 2, official visits begin August 1st before junior year. Division 3, they communicate earlier, but they usually start junior year, senior year. NAI, baby, they can start talking to you and having you on campus when you're in the womb. Like, they have no restrictions. Same thing with junior college. There's really no restrictions. And so there's the difference between an official and an unofficial visit. An unofficial visit is one where they don't pay for anything. It is all your own money. And so when you hear schools are like, yeah, just come visit, that is on your own time. You might get an itinerary. You might not get an itinerary. You might see the coach. It all depends, right? All depends with that. An official visit, you only get 48 hours and they pay for everything. They pay for you, they pay for your parents, everything is paid for. They even will prepay for your luggage. Everything is paid for, but you only get 48 hours. And so also with that, when it's an official visit, it's unlimited right now. Unlimited official visit. So you can literally take 300 official visits if you want to. I wouldn't suggest that, but you could. And so when you go on a unofficial visit, I would suggest ask a lot of, actually for both of these, you ask a lot of questions beforehand. But for unofficial visits, you got to know where you're at. If you are in the top 3 and you're really interested, okay. But if they're just like, yeah, swing by, don't do it. Don't waste your money. You've got to ask clarifying questions. Some of y'all don't want to ask questions because you're so afraid of repercussions. That's going to cost you a lot of money. Well, what if we ask this question and then they don't want us? Okay, then they don't want you. If you asking where am I at on the depth chart means that they don't want you, maybe that's not the school for you. That's not the school for you. But you have to be able to ask those questions, or else you're going to be spending a ton of money flying to these schools that really don't have interest in you. And so parents, you have got to make sure your kids are asking the questions. Where am I at on the depth chart? Who are you recruiting? Are you recruiting a lot for this position? Like, you've got to ask these questions to know when I'm going on an unofficial visit that's worth the time you're taking off and the money you are spending, because all of it is coming out of your pocket. You pay for that meter, every single thing is coming out your pocket. So you've got to ask the specific questions. Now, when you go on an official visit, that's different. They are paying for everything. Their job is to woo you and they want to offer you. But again, you need to ask where you at on the depth chart. If you're going on a visit and you don't know where you fall on the depth chart, if you're in the top 3, if they've already offered, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're being ridiculous. You need to ask where you're at. Because if they say, you know what, Jen, you are our top 2 for outsides. Okay. If they're like, well, we're still looking and I don't know if you want to do that. Just saying, you got to ask those specific questions. I'm a former coach. We're a little wily bunch. So ask the questions to get the answers. If you feel like you're not getting the answers you want, say no. Don't go. Well, I feel bad. What are you feeling bad about? Don't go. Like, this is about growing some guts. Don't go. And so when you go on these unofficial visits, you are recruiting them. They are recruiting you. Okay? This is where y'all are looking at each other. It's not just them. It's also you. And it's also how you are interacting with everyone, how your parents are interacting with everyone. That is such an important thing that they are paying attention to, because they're seeing how they're interacting with the team, with the facilities, whatever it is. Do I want to coach them for 4 years? Do I? And so you have got to understand that that is also a tryout for both sides. Sometimes y'all forget about that. You need to pay attention to red flags. You need to pay attention to how the team interacts. You need to pay attention to how the coaches interact with each other. Asking questions about contracts, all of that. Nothing should be off the table. Asking how many more years do you have on your contract? Asking how long has the staff been there? Those are things you need to ask. Because if they have lost and then they got one more year on that contract, they might not be there. You need to understand that stuff and be very specific and diligent. Don't ask, I need you to look me in the eye. Don't ask the question of, so tell me, what's a normal day? There is no normal day in college athletics. Every day is different. Is it a game at 3? Is it a game at 5? Is it a local game? Is it a game that we have to fly to? Girl, ain't no one know. There is no normal day. Don't ask that basic ass question. Ask real questions that are going to give you insight into this place you're going to move across the country for. That your parents are going to have to pack all your crap up and move you. You've got to ask really good questions. Questions that maybe they're like, I don't know if I want to ask that. But you got to know, because this is your future. And some of y'all just be making decisions because your teammates got recruited. So you're like, I got to find the school because they found the school. No, you got to find the school that's right for you. It means you're going to take some more time. It means you're going to ask more diligent questions. Be an excellent question asker. Excellent question asker. So what I have is this guide that I have made for you all. And it's called the Prospective Student Athlete Guide for Selecting the Right School. And if you follow me on Instagram, DM me the word athlete and you'll get the guide for free. Because I think it's really important that you have this guide. There are like hundreds of questions in there. And so what you're going to do is you're going to go through it. You're going to pick 5 questions from each area, put those bad boys in an Excel spreadsheet. And then those are the questions you're asking everyone. So now you have a whole list of how everyone answers for every question. This is going to help you have a better idea of making an educated decision. You're not making the decision on the homecoming. You're not making the decision on how fun the event is. You're not making those stupid decisions. You're making an educated decision on the things that are really, really important for you. This is going to help you be able to say, okay, no, that's a red flag, or no, I don't want to do this, or no, I don't want to go there. But you need to ask really good questions. I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're afraid to ask good questions, you're going to go to a really bad experience. You're going to go to a horrible experience because you don't want to ask questions. You need to make sure you're asking questions, not your parents. Now, your parents can say, okay, here are some questions that we would like to know answers of. Like, for instance, if your athlete gets hurt, whose insurance is first or second? That's what your parents got to know. If my athlete gets hurt, can we take them home for surgery? What does that look like? Those are questions your parents need to know, but they ain't asking a question. They are sitting there. They are your backup singer. You are the main stage character. You are up there with the microphone singing, and they're just doo-wopping in the background because they've already gave you the questions. That is what's happening. So you're going to follow me on JenFryTalksYouthSports. You're going to shoot me a DM that's going to say athlete, and you'll get this guide, and you're going to use it so you can make an excellent decision. And once you use it and you pick your school, you're going to DM me and be like, Jen, this was a great guide because I found the school that I'm going to go to. Boom.